Okay, we're nearing the end in our how to buy a computer video tutorials, and we're going to actually go and do some shopping now. Shopping is generally done online, so you can either order a computer from one of the suppliers online and have it delivered to your home, or you can do the shopping online and get a good sense of what is available, and you generally can then actually reserve it in the store and go and pick it up. Or conversely, you can just have a look at everything and see what's available, and then when you go down there, you can look for the particular make and model that you're interested in. Buying a computer can be totally overwhelming. There are so many choices and so many computers to choose from that I really like the online method of shopping because it allows you to take your time, and there are a lot of good controls and filters that you can use so you can just look at those computers in which you're interested. So I have my favorite browser, Google Chrome, up and running here, and the three stores we'll have a quick look at are Best Buy, Staples is the other one, and Memory Express is kind of a new player to town. There are other ones, Walmart is available, and Amazon.ca, but these are the three big ones, and to get a look at these three will give you a good overview and a good sense of what it takes to do them. So here we are at Best Buy. They sell an awful lot of stuff, and at Best Buy what you need to do is click on Shop. You will get a sub-menu then that will give you all the different categories or departments. We are interested in computers and tablets. I just hover over it and we get another flyout that shows all of those sub-departments. So let's go into laptops. When we have a look at the laptop department, it's broken up into a few different sections. The top is the navigation for the whole overstore. Down the left-hand side, they have some options that you can use to limit what you're looking at. And in the main content pane, Best Buy seems to have the best deals of the week here. And of course, they're trying to attract you to computers. So they do have some computers on sale here. There's always some great sales going on. So doesn't matter what time of year you buy because there are always sales happening. So what they do is give a picture, the price. You can see there are some good sale prices here, and then an overview that we had spoken about. As you see with the laptops, they usually give the brand name first. HP, there's an Acer here. The size of the screen is a consideration when it comes to laptops. And then there's what processor is in it. This one has that Intel Celeron, which is the older technology that we had spoken about, and it's reflected in the price of only being $300. This one for $500 at $200 off does have the Intel Core i3, which is at the low end, or I shouldn't say low end, the beginning end of the Intel processors. There's a $600 computer for $200 off that indeed does have the Core i5 computer in there. And Acer has a $700 computer that has the same i5 processor in it as well too. So if you are interested in looking at a particular computer, what you do is click pretty much any place in here on the picture. In the text here, you can see the pointer has changed to the hand, and when you click on that, it will send you to the detail page on the particular item that you had looked at. So this does tell you that there's the price, there's a sale on. This is June 28th. I am doing this. It says the sale ends tomorrow. When I return on June 29th, it will say the sale will end June 30th. They always have the sale ending the next day to kind of get you to make an immediate purchase on it, but don't pay too much attention towards that. You can purchase things online by clicking to add to cart. You would then go through a checkout procedure where you give them credit card information, and then a few to several days later, the computer will get delivered right to your home. This feature I really do like, so I don't even have to go out to the store. Best Buy does give you, I'm here in Winnipeg, the three stores. The green checkbox means that those computers are available in those three stores. There is a reserve in store option that will allow that particular computer I am looking at to be reserved. So when I go down there, I know it will be available for me in their customer service division. They do have several photographs here. As I click on them, oops, push me down, you can see that they do have different views of the computer. Clicking on 3, on 4. When you do go and hover on top, you can see that it does zoom in, so you can have a closer look at the computer. You can see the keyboard on this one is desirable in my opinion because it does not have French characters on it as well too. However, be aware that the photograph may be an American computer, and when we go down to the computer store it may have the French characters on it as well. I can see it does have an SD card slot, and it does have a USB slot on this side. If I click over to the other side, I can look a little closer and I can see there are two more USB ports on this side. They look like they're black in there. So they are the older USB 2. There is an HDMI port to connect to a modern monitor, and also a RJ45 jack, which will allow me to hardwire this computer into my network at home. They'll always give you a little advertising. As you scroll farther down, they will give you the overview where they talk about the screen. They will then talk about the processor that is available for that computer, how much memory is available in that computer. This one's kind of interesting as it does have a touch screen display, which means you can touch the screen as you would with a tablet and a lot of devices that they have today. And then they give you some more detailed information on the processor as to what kind of specifications it does have. Then they talk about the storage, the hard drive again that we had mentioned, the size of the monitor that it comes with. 15.6 inches is the most common type of display available for laptops. They are mass produced, and as a result they are the most economical in price. Smaller and larger monitors, actually the price increases exponentially because of the rareness, or they're just not as common as the smaller ones are. If we go back up here, that was the overview. There is a tab called Details and Specs. This is where you go in and you get to look at all of the details about it, listed without a lot of text around it. There's our processor type again. This i3 in the 6100 series has 2 cores to it. It is running at 2.3 gigahertz, so that's a fairly fast one. It does have a 1 terabyte hard drive, which is a lot of drive space. It does have 8 gigabytes of RAM or memory in it, and that's good. It has DDR4, which we didn't mention before. Double data rate 4 is the current standard, so it is the most quick RAM that is available there. Optical drive says it doesn't have one, so if you need an optical drive, this is not the computer for you, but I doubt if you need an optical drive. Then towards the end they get to mention those other things we spoke about earlier, the type of graphics that it has, whether the display is wireless. I wouldn't worry about that. It does indeed have a card reader in it. It has 2 USB 2 ports and 1 USB 3 port. So when we looked at that USB port in the front, the single one, that was probably a USB 3, which is the more desirable of the ports because it is a high-speed port. It talks about the HDMI display port. It does have an integrated microphone. What else in here? Integrated Bluetooth. Here's what you're also interested in, the webcam. It does indeed have a webcam built into it. Now here it says the keyboard is bilingual, whereas the photograph showed it as being unilingual, so it was an American picture. This laptop is going to have French characters on it as well too, which may or may not be desirable for you. And there's the standard 1-year warranty. Pretty much everything has a 1-year warranty with it. Let's go to Staples. At Staples, same kind of thing. You visit their website, staples.ca, shop by category, go to technology, and in technology, there is the laptop and desktop computers. Visit there, and there is the laptop section. Okay, there we go. We shop their laptops, then they have several categories within there. So they're all nicely kind of organized. We go into the laptops section there. And again, the screen is similar. Down the left-hand side is the way that you can filter what you're looking for. On the right-hand and the center contact pane here, there are computers that they have on sale. And just by clicking on the link that is displayed, you would go into the details of it. Again, they can ship the image, ship the computer to you. Well, this particular one we're looking at is not sold in stores. It's only available online. But it's a standard 15.6 inch. It has an AMD A6 running at 2 gigahertz, so not quite as powerful a processor as that other one we were looking at. There's some other ones they're promoting. Then we go to the product details. and they give you some text describing what it is, and then they do give you the details as to the size of the screen, what kind of processor it is running, how much memory it has. It has 4, which is adequate. It has a 400 gigabyte hard drive, which is only half the size of the other one we're looking at, but still very adequate. But if you do videos, you're going to want something with a lot of storage space on it. It does have the ports that we had spoken about. It does have one USB 3, two USB 2s. It has the HDMI to connect an external monitor. It has the headphone out, a microphone in even. It doesn't say anything about the webcam in this section right here, but further down is where we go into their more specific details, and it does talk about the processor types, and down here, webcam, it does say yes. So reading these descriptions, sometimes they're not complete. It's a good idea to look at the specifications. They are generally more correct than the quick description that they put at the top. It does not have a touch screen, if that's important to you or not. And okay, so that is from Staples. Memory Express, you go into computer systems with them, and then they have all kinds of laptops here, and we're going to look at home laptops. And in their home laptops, again, they give you ones that are on sale, because you can spend a lot of money on a laptop if you want. Here's an Asus for $599. But again, what are they listing? The brand name, the model number is next. Then here they talk mostly about this kind of processor. This is an AMD A9, which is a pretty good processor. This one is using a Core i3 in the 6000 series, so that's really beginning edge of them. This one's using a Core i5, which is a more competent one. And this one actually has a Core i7, but it's in the 6000 series. 16 gigabytes of RAM, 1 terabyte hard drive. Oh, it's also $1,000. That's why you're spending so much for something like that. But when you do see something that you're interested in, I could click on this Asus. I would get the product page then. And again, we get a nice picture of it. They're trying to sell some extra insurance on it, which I'm generally not a big fan of. I find that the 1 year insurance or warranty that comes with it is sufficient. Then they give you some text that talks about the computer. This one does have full HD resolution, so that is kind of nice that it does that. It is the i3 5100. It has an HDMI port. It can connect the older style VGA that we had spoken about. It has 4 gigabytes of RAM. It has a 500 gigabyte hard drive inside of it. It has 2 USB 3 ports. That's nice. And 1 USB 2 port on it. And then they give you some more information about them there. So that's the 3 sites that show you computers they have for sale, as laptops we looked at, and in the next video we'll show you how to break these down a little bit more.